Hey drummers, Gary Williams here again. This is part 2 of the sight reading video I just did recently, and this one is on chart reading. Now when we get into chart reading, this would be for like a big band chart or even a musical theater chart, anything where there's basically a description of the style of music, maybe a tempo description, maybe actually a metronome marking suggesting the specific style, even some dynamic markings, and then you might have some different rhythms that are written above the staff or rhythms that are written in the staff. So this all has to do with giving reference to what's going on around you. And a chart is often referred to in the big band world, and actually a lot of guys who read charts, is a road map. And that's a loose description, but basically there's lots of options as to what you could choose to do when playing a chart. So the whole key to chart reading is really what's more specifically called chart interpretation. So how does this relate to sight reading? Well, certainly everything is written out for you, and you have to be able to respond to the language of music visually. You don't have time to listen. And so there's things that you need to be aware of at the same time you're trying to read. So while you're reading these charts, you're also listening and interacting with the bass player and the pianist and the guitarist, or whatever the instruments are in the rhythm section, and any other members of the ensemble. If it's a big band, then you're going to have saxophones and trombones and trumpets. And so you're going to have certain figures above the staff, which often referred to as what are called section figures, and these relate to one of the horn sections playing the rhythm. And then the figures or rhythms that are written inside the staff are often considered ensemble figures, and those are typically played by all three of the horn sections or the entire ensemble, even if you don't have horns. So the ability to not only look at the notes and read them comes this ability to sight sing them. So in other words, after going through a chart and verbally counting out all the rhythms, or what I like to call spelling the rhythms, then I think it's important to go back and actually sing them, and then be paying attention to the correct articulations. Sometimes notes are tied, sometimes have dots above them, which are referred to as staccato, so those notes would be shorter in their length of sound. Some have accents that are normal, some have TP-shaped accents, and those are different kinds of accents. There's some symbols that you have to get familiar with if you really want to produce sight into accurate sound. And this is something that's really challenging but very exciting. I used to play on a Sunday night big band in Seattle, and you would just sight read everything. There was never a rehearsal, and we would do odd time signature charts. We would have to shift between different kind of time fields. And it was a really great challenge to just see if I was able to use my reading ability and then my understanding of how to listen and eventually recognize symbols on the paper so well that I could actually hear them by looking at them. So this is a level of comprehension similar to the way when you look at letters in a book, you can actually hear what they would sound like if somebody was to read them out loud. And then you want to be able to develop that skill if you're going to be able to, you're a very effective sight reader, so then you can get lots of gigs if you want, and then be hired on the spot to just turn to a chart, open it up, and you got a few seconds to look at it, assess it, and then the director counts it off, or the band leader, and off you go. So I've actually written a book called Drummer's Guide to Big Band, and it's published by Wisdom Media and available online at hudsonmusic.com in a digital version. It's also in a hard copy version, and it comes with 99 DVD tracks, 101 MP3 tracks, and a pretty comprehensive book on chart reading and interpretation. So if you're interested in getting some information about that, you can either purchase that book, which goes into that in quite detail, or if you'd like some personal coaching, then certainly you can reach out and private message me, and I can definitely help you raise your game and your ability to sing, sight sing, taking reading skills to that musical level where you literally are able to hear with your eyes and see with your ears. So let me know if I can help you, because I'm here to do that. Otherwise, stay nice to yourself, continue practicing, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.